everyone. Hello. Hi, Beth. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. Today's session. Hello. How's your afternoon? If you guys have any questions during this webinar, feel free to use our Q&A button so you guys can participate during the discussion. We will start in a few minutes, so please stay tuned and stand by. Thank you. So how are you guys doing? We'll be starting in a few minutes, so please stand by. Hi everyone. We'll start officially at 3:05 p.m. Hi, hello. Hi, Beth. Good afternoon. Had your lunch yet? Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Title is website. Okay, so we will begin in 3:05. So please grab your coffee if you need some water, etc. It's going to be a long session. So please prepare yourself. Okay. So how's your Saturday so far? Okay. Hey, good afternoon. Hi, Claudius. It's raining in your area, Beth. Hi, hello. Hi to our new attendees. Thank you so much for coming. So we'll just wait in a few minutes. We'll start in 3:05. So please do prepare yourself. Please grab your coffee. Please do get some water because it's going to be a long session. And we're very excited to share with you our webinar for this afternoon. It's also raining in my area right now. Actually, in the morning it was okay. It was quite sunny, but right now it's pretty drizzling. So how is it in your area right now, guys? Do let me know. Okay. Hi, Jasmine. Good afternoon. Hello. Alrighty, we'll begin in 1 minute. Thank you for the new attendees who are here. That's good to hear, Claudius. Hi, Kun. Hello. Thank you for coming to our webinar. Nice to see you. Thank you. How's your Saturday so far? Okay, it's 3:05. Maybe we can meet for another minute, then we will officially start. Again, this is going to be an hour-long webinar. So if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to use the chat box so that you can let me know if you do have questions. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty, thank you so much for coming to our special webinar this afternoon. I'm your speaker, Patricia, and today we'll be talking about the 6 principles of persuasion and how you can use it for your marketing conversion. So, okay, before we begin, let's go through our let us talk about Training Vision Institute. Okay, so Training Vision Institute is a leading consultancy and higher and private education institute here in Singapore. We're going to be celebrating our 30th anniversary this October, and we're all very excited to share this very momentous moment with you guys. So if you want to if you want to be part of our 30th anniversary events, please do follow us on our social media channels and join our Telegram group as well. Okay, so this is our vision and mission. Our vision is to become the leader in human and organizational development. Our mission is to maximize human potential through applied knowledge, best practices, and an innovative mindset. Okay, so this is also our values. As you can see, we're spiritually driven, passionate, innovative, responsive, individual growth, and teamwork. So this is what our spirit values encapsulates. Okay. So why training vision? So as you may all know, we are celebrating our 30th year this year, and we are also been training 120,000 learners and counting. We have been awarded EduTrust 4 years for Higher Education Institute by the Committee of Private Education (CPE), and we have been in partnership with 700 corporate MNC and SME. And also we also have 5 training campuses here in Singapore. Okay, so here are some of the rosters of our global academic partnership. So we have here Easy Council for our cybersecurity program. We also have RHT Academy for our diploma in paralegal studies program. We also collaborating with Boston University, Cambridge College, Digital Marketing Institute for our professional diploma in digital marketing and campaign strategy, Excelsior College, Singapore Management University, Pepperdine University, and Bat Spa University. Okay, so these are all just of our partners internationally. Okay. Okay, so as I have mentioned earlier, we have 5 campuses across Singapore. So we have our footprint basically everywhere here in Singapore. We have our TVI campus in Jurong Gem, our headquarters. We also have a campus at the Cathay. We also have a campus in Tampines, Hougang, and Woodlands. And of course, our HQ is actually located at Jurong Gem. And our brand new campus, the City Commune, is located at the Cathay. Okay. Okay, so let's begin. So let me officially introduce myself. I'm Patricia Bation. I'm a digital marketer at Training Vision Institute. If you see ads on Facebook or probably Google search, it's probably because of me and our team. So basically, I manage the paid social at Training Vision Institute, and I have been practicing digital marketing for the past 4 years. So I started out as a writer, an SEO writer, and I have progressed since that. So I also came from the Philippines. I've been here in Singapore for around 1 year already, and it's a pretty much a great experience so far. I'm having a blast so far living here in Singapore. So nice to meet you all. I hope we have a good time in this session. Okay. So I'm just going to give you a quick context on why we're doing this session right now. So a few months ago, my boss actually asked me to read this book. It's called Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert D.B. Cialdini. So just to give you context about Robert, he's a professor right now at Arizona State University, and he has been practicing marketing and psychology for the last 20 years. So he wrote this book on Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion, to tell people how you can actually persuade people using 6 principles of persuasion. How you can use these principles in order to sell, in order to market, and in order to like just get anything that you want to achieve. Okay? So in today's session, we'll be discussing the power of influence, how the 6 principles of persuasion can boost your marketing conversion. So of course, these 6 principles you can use it anywhere. You can use it in sales. You even use it if you want to like seduce someone or just have a boyfriend or practically just to get anything that you want. However, in this session, we will be focusing on how the 6 principles of persuasion can help you boost your marketing conversion. Okay, again, before we start, when you have any questions, feel free to use the chat or like the Q&A bot so that I can answer them later after the session. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. Okay, so when Robert Cialdini with this started this book by talking about shortcuts. So what do we mean by shortcut? So okay. When you wake up in the morning, right? The first what is the first thing that you do? Can you share with me what's the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning? Okay, let me see the chat box if we have any okay. Because for me, the first thing that I do when I wake up is I actually look at my phone. So I go to Facebook, I look at my emails, etc., etc. And as you can see, if you look through your phone already, you are already bombarded with a lot of like information. You're already bombarded with so much facts, etc., etc. That it's hard to keep up. And according to Cialdini, people do not have the time to process all of the information to make informed decisions. We have been bombarded with a lot. Okay, so someone said drink coffee. Yes, I can relate to that. I also drink coffee. But of course, when you drink coffee, there's like certain like new information that's gathering to you as well, right? Because you suddenly feel energetic, lighted, etc., etc. So when you've been bombarded with a lot of information, you have to have these shortcuts, meaning some triggers that will help you make a informed decision. So these shortcuts is the capacity or something that will help us make a decision moving forward. Okay, so it's like a camera. You see, when you use a camera, right, you focus onto something and it's click, and in that click word is where you actually process the information, and from there you can make an informed decision. So this is how Robert Cialdini started his book. Okay, so in the beginning of his book, what Robert did is that he explained the story about from a jewelry store in Arizona. So this jewelry store in Arizona is having a lot of problems because for some reason her location is located in a good area. A lot of tourists, a lot of like people passing by. Okay. However, once they pass by the but for some reason, even though it's a lot of traffic going on, people still don't buy her jewelry. So the owner asked himself, so what's wrong with my marketing? I mean, I have this my salesperson go out of my store, etc., etc., tell people to like come in, experience my jewelry, etc., etc. However, people are still not noticing it. And then one day he decided to go on a vacation. And then he asked his salesperson to put something or like to put a cardboard that says everything in the shop is half the price. Okay, half the price discount. Okay, so he puts it outside. And then after he does that, he was quite surprised because people started buying the jewelry. And it was quite a momentous moment for them because usually they also do some sales, etc., with his salesperson talking to the people. However, people are not buying or not doing any action. But once they started putting signs outside the jewelry store, they started coming in and started buying. Okay. And what's actually more funny is that the salesperson or his assistant actually put two. instead of one half, meaning to say that he actually put a cardboard that says that price is doubled of what it actually is. And yet people are still starting to buy the product, okay? Compared to that time when they didn't put any signal or they didn't put anything outside with just the salesperson talking. The change is that they put the cardboard outside the store that says double the price and the people started buying. So this is what Sildan is saying, that people need certain triggers, people need certain shortcuts in order to take an action. If you do not if you do not tell people to do a certain action, they won't do anything, like what happened to the jewelry store. Okay? So in line with that, he listed out the 6 important principles of persuasion that can actually help marketeers or salespeople engage people and come into to their website or their stores and make a marketing conversion. So the first one here is reciprocation. The second one is commitment and consistency. The third one is social proof. The fourth one is authority. The fifth one is liking, and the sixth one is scarcity. So through this webinar, we'll be talking about each and single one of the 6 important principles, okay? And then we'll be citing some examples on how you can actually use these 6 principles into your own marketing conversion. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with the first one. Okay, and if you have questions, okay, use the chat box or use the Q&A, okay? Okay, reciprocation, the art of give and take. Okay, so have you ever felt this, that whenever someone greets you a happy birthday, you always feel like you have to greet them a happy birthday as well? Because certainly I'm like that. Like whenever someone greets me a happy birthday, I always take down notes and say, okay, on her birthday, I'll ensure that this person, I'll greet her a happy birthday. So, okay. So this is basically the principle of reciprocation, the first principle of the 6 persuasion, okay? Have you ever been persuaded to buy something because you feel in debt? Okay. So I think this is a very common sales tactic. When you go to the mall, those free tests, right? They give you a free hint of like cologne, etc., etc. What actually Sheldani stated for reciprocation is that he cited an example wherein he has a colleague. They're sitting at an area, and then what he did is that he tried to like do some experiment. Okay, so he was talking to this person, etc., etc., and then he went out and then he bought a coke for himself and a coke for that person. So he went back to the room and gave a coke to that person. Okay, of course the person was like, oh my god, thank you so much for the coke, I've been thirsty the whole afternoon, etc. It was sweltering and hot, I'm wearing blazer, etc., etc. So he, of course, the person felt gratitude because Robert actually gave her a coke. So they both drank the coke. And then an hour later, Robert tried to like sell her um, baseball ticket, etc. Okay. So after he gave the coke to this person, he offered some baseball tickets to the person. And then the person actually said yes in buying the baseball ticket. The rationale is that because, of course, subconsciously, she already felt gratitude towards what Robert has done. Okay? Okay, so that is the basic principle of reciprocation. If you provide something free or something that is like new to a person or like a free gift, the person will feel gratitude, and at the end of the day, they'll feel like, oh, okay, I have to do something, etc., etc. I'll make sure that this action is being reciprocated. Okay, so I think you are all aware of this tactic all throughout when all throughout your internet history. Like for example, the 18 free ebooks, etc., etc. You see it every day. It's a very common tactic. Like you ask people to like download a free ebook, these lead magnets. Of course, people like free stuff. Okay, so they'll feel like, oh, okay, this is free. So the inhibition to like not provide their information, etc., etc., is gone because in exchange they can actually get a free ebook or something that is free. But in return, you can actually get their information, etc., that you can use to like cold call them or to like send them emails or invite them to like presentations or webinar, etc., etc. So this is a classic example. Another classic example is this freemium. You know that term freemium, wherein services will have you experience their service for like 14 days for free. So they just let you use the service, etc., etc. For 14 days, we won't force you to use it. After 14 days, we don't like us, feel free to cancel your subscription, etc., etc. But you can use our subscription for another 14 days. This is being done by Netflix, by Amazon, by any other like platforms out there. So it's pretty common, okay? I actually also use this in one of my campaigns. So for example, you see here in the left side of your screen is actually our advertisement last December. Okay, so this we launched this at around I think December. And of course, it's a great ad. It gives you like the USP, like 9 months. It also features like a really pretty girl. Of course, it tells you to like the title of the program. However, what you can see here is the CTA, the call to action. The call to action here is apply now. And of course, if you see that advertisement, you feel like, sure. And if you're the prospect, you'll be like, do I apply now? But I'm not yet ready to apply now. I just want to inquire. I just want someone to talk to. I just want to like consult with someone. I'm not ready to apply now. So of course, there's like a hesitation here. And as a result, this campaign actually did not quite well. Okay, so the results rate was only 0.07%, and the conversion rate is only 0.19%. So of course we at Training Vision needed to do a rehash. So of course we quickly changed the advertisement around January. Okay, so here we have a new advertisement. Okay, it doesn't have the pretty girl, etc., etc. It doesn't have like the 9 months, etc., etc. But it has all of the USPs. And the change that you can see here actually is the call to action. You can see the call to action right here, right? It says download brochure. It doesn't tell the person to apply. It doesn't tell the person to like sign up. So the inhibition to like provide email, etc., to get contacted is limited. It is gone already. So of course, if you're like already curious on our program or already curious about digital marketing and you would like to know more our services, you would like to actually just download the brochures to learn more. So actually, this type of advertisement did better than the previous one last December. Okay. So okay, as you can see here, flashing through your screens, okay, the result rate is around 0.20%. So the conversion rate is 2.5%. So it has exponentially increased, right? Compared to the one at the left, right? So as you can see, just by simply changing the CTA, it has greatly impacted our own campaign as well. So try to think of a way to like provide something or provide value to your prospects instead of like just hard selling. Why don't you use some lead magnets in order to provide them like so in order to engage them and in order to provide them value, to add value to them. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, what can you do to use reciprocation to your marketing campaigns? What you can do first, like as I mentioned, offer lead magnets such as free ebook and free webinars and free trials. Like this one, like you can engage them to a free webinar, to a free trial, etc., etc. What you can also do is offer something exclusive, like for exclusive for this 1 week, 50% off, etc., etc., or exclusive when you buy my Coke can, etc., etc., you can get a free stuffed toy or something like that because people like free stuff. And of course, personalized. People like it when you are talking to them personally. People like it if it's something more personalized or catered towards them. So ensure that you are doing these three, okay, in order to reciprocate, in order to engage with your clients or prospects, okay? Okay, are we good so far? Okay. So any questions, you put it on the chat or Q&A, okay? Okay, the second principle is commitment and consistency. Have you ever been persuaded to buy something because of commitment? Of course, last year, right, it's COVID. So what we did during COVID, of course, we went to a lockdown, right? And of course, during this period, I actually gained some weight, right? And because I want to like be healthier, etc., etc., I started going or signing up to a gym, etc., to like, to like lose weight. So of course, I paid for the gym membership, okay, for like a year. So I subscribed to their fitness plan, etc., etc. And of course, because I already paid, it just doesn't make sense for me to like quit or to not go to the gym, right? Because I already paid. So that's an act of commitment. Like I already committed to this service. I already said that I'm going to go to the gym every 3 months, every not 3 months, like every week, etc., etc. So I have to ensure that I am actually going there, or else I am wasting my money. Okay, so that is the second principle, which is commitment and consistency. Okay, so humans have this deep need to be seen as consistent. We always want to be seen that we are very consistent with what we're doing, etc., etc. Once we have made a stand, we will always find a way to be consistent to what we have promised. So once people make a commitment, they will start behaving the way that their commitment wanted them to behave. Okay, so for example, a good example would be these advertisements. Okay, even an act of like just putting email address or just putting phone numbers is an act of commitment. It means that if they sign up to your program or to your event, it means that they are serious about it. It means that they are committed to like experiencing your product. So such as this one at the left one from Copy Blogger, words that work for smarter digital marketing and sales. One superior business results, start creating superior content. Okay, so it's not the usual sign up, subscribe. They are challenging the person to like, are you serious about your business? If you are serious about your business, you better sign up because we can give you the free training. So this is a good example of like the commitment and consistency when improving your landing pages. How about at the right side, okay? At the right side, we have here we have here from Conversion XL, 13 ways to increase your conversion rate. So for example, to the left, you have two options here. One is to like, yes, get the conversion guide right now. And no, I'd rather keep spending dollars on traffic that doesn't convert. So this is a pretty smart landing page because it's telling the person to like, if you don't say yes to this service, then you are actually want to like put more money on traffic that doesn't convert. Okay, so it's a pretty good example on how you can play around with the commitment and consistency. Okay, so another example from my personal experience doing digital marketing is that contact forms. On the left side, you can actually see the contact form that we're using for Facebook. So it only has three: the full name, the email, and the phone number. Okay, so the left one is like doesn't have higher intent. It's very simple, etc., etc. But you can see at the right side, okay, it has a longer form, meaning it's asking more questions to the participants, etc., etc. So are Singaporean PR foreign? The reason why we opted to use the longer one is because we want to get prospects who are more serious into like dabbling into digital marketing, because the rationale is that if they put more effort on like put on like signing up the contact form, the rationale is that there are higher intention, that they are more keen into signing up. So this is actually, you can A/B test this. You can use like a very short form, simply sign up, etc., etc., or you can use the right one and just simply like click, etc., etc., and you can measure which ones will actually convert until the very end. Okay, which one will actually buy your product. Okay, so what you can do to like use the commitment and consistency for your product. So what you can do is, one, ask your customers to commit. You can ask them by simply asking for the email or phone number if they want to be part of your email list, of your subscriber list. Second is, ask your customers to publicly make a statement. Like if, for example, you can have some sort of like some hashtags, tell them, are you do you want to be part of our campaign, what do you like about our product, etc., etc. If they make that public statement, it means that they are committed to what your brand is actually saying. And third is, do not forget to reward your customers when they commit to you. Meaning, if they sign up to your mailing list, do provide them with quality content such as free ebook, provide them with webinars, provide them with some special lessons, etc., etc. So that this reward or this commitment to your brand is being rewarded, and you can create an ecosystem that is more than just buy and sell, but more like adding value to the consumers. Okay, okay. Let's go to the third principle. Okay. So, okay. If you have questions, please feel free to ask on our chat box. Okay. So, the third principle is social proof. Have you ever been persuaded to buy something because you saw someone else buy it? Okay. So, social proof is to see is to believe. I think, do you guys watch Friends? Okay. Because I do. I did when I was young. Okay, so Friends, right? So the comedy shows like Friends, they have this thing called laugh track. Okay. Wherein you see this audio file or some sort of like music that started playing this, or like a laugh track whenever someone tells a joke. Why do they do that? Like, why do they have to put people laughing at the background whenever there's like a joke? The reason being is that it signals, again, the shortcut. The first thing that I have mentioned earlier in this webinar, it's a shortcut. It's a signal that tells the people to laugh, that this joke is funny. Because what if the person doesn't know that it's a joke? What if the delivery was too dry, or that they didn't get the sarcasm, etc.? So the people won't get that they actually have to laugh, or that they won't get that it's actually already a punchline. So of course, you hear other people laugh, you hear some laugh track at the background. You already felt like, okay, I need to laugh right now. Okay, so ha, okay, so that signals you to laugh as well. So this is like so this is how social proof works. If you see other people doing it, it's most likely that you're also gonna do it. If you see other people buying certain products like this 100 plus brand, etc., then they're most likely that you will actually also buy that product. Okay? Okay. So, since 95% of the people are imitators and only 5% initiators, people are persuaded more by the actions of others than by any proof we can offer. So, according to Saldani, 95% of the population are like imitators. They just copy what other people are doing. And then only 5% are initiators who actually come up with an original idea or initiate new ideas. And of course, we are more persuaded to do something when we see other people are also doing it. And on marketing perspective, for example, we have here the tip jar. You see, like on the bars, etc. Right? They have this tip jar where they ask you to like put your tip there. For example, you like the service of the bartender, you like the food, you like the ambience, you like the vibes. Then they ask you to like put a tip there. Okay. So what the usual thing that the restaurant owners are actually doing is that they put coins there already. It's actually from their pocket. They put coins there, and then before the opening of the bar, etc., etc. And when me, for example, I go to a bar and then I saw that there's a lot of like tip already, I decided, oh, okay, so it means that it's a good time. So there's a trigger in me that, oh, probably people like this place. A lot of tips. Probably the service is great. Probably the food is great. So my experience will instantly become better because I already have this like rationale in my head that, oh, people providing tips, it means like it's a good place, etc. So therefore I should have a good time, right? Because people are showing their love for this brand. So of course, probably I'll eat there, I'll enjoy my time, or I'll also put some tip on the tip jar. Okay, so we view behavior as more correct in a given situation to the degree that see others performing it. So we see others doing certain things, we perceive that it's already correct. We perceive that it's the truth. Okay. So how can you use this? So other examples is be like buying. I'm sure you guys see this brand all over Singapore. Like the youngsters are like wearing this brand. When you go to the MRT, you see some kids 19 to 20 years old wearing this. And also the ice bucket challenge, which actually trended a few years ago. But then they saw that other people are like doing the ice bucket challenge and also donating money. A lot of people actually started doing the trend as well. Okay, so that's just an example of social proof in the recent years. Okay, so how can you use social proof to your landing pages or to your marketing campaigns? it's very important that you show people that people are actually using your product, or people are actually engaging with your product. That's why on brands such as Shopee and Lazada, they put in some reviews there, like for example from these people, etc., etc. They allow people to like put their reviews so that people, prospects will be engaged and start commenting, reviewing as well. So that's an example of social proof. I think Amazon back in the day, I'm not sure if they're still doing it. Amazon is an e-commerce platform as well, right? So what they used to do it back in the days, that they base the algorithm on the number of like reviews. Okay, they base their algorithm on the number of reviews, etc., etc. So the more people put a review on that product, the more chance that it will get more traction. Okay, so of course that's why some of the e-commerce owners, they engage with like writers, etc., etc., to write fake reviews for their product, just so they can get a higher chance of getting higher rank on Amazon e-commerce. Okay, okay. So, what you can do to use social proof? Invite clients to leave testimonials or reviews. What you can do is to, like, for example, you have an e-commerce business and they like to, and you receive positive feedback. What you can do is ask the customer, hey, can you leave a feedback on our social media? Hey, can you leave a feedback on our website? Can you use your testimonial on our website, etc., etc.? So ask for testimonials or reviews. Okay. What you can also do is collaborate with influencers or public figures. Of course, influencers and public figures are influential. Okay, they have this sort of like magnetism to them, and they have a lot of following. So of course, if you see someone, or like if you see like a person who's trustworthy on buying their product, then higher chance that you get more traction for your product as well. And what you can do is add sharing options to your blog and website. To your blog and website, there's like share option, right? For example, you wrote a blog post, and sometimes there's like a share, no, where you can, people can see the number of shares, etc. So that's also quite powerful, because they can see that a lot of people have shared this blog post, which means that a lot of people trust this blog post, a lot of people trust what this writer is saying. So it's important that you do these three: invite clients, collaborate with influencers, and add sharing options to your blog website. Okay. Okay, on the fourth principle, we have liking. So, liking. Have you ever been persuaded to buy something because you like the person who's selling it? Oftentimes, salespeople are attractive, right? Or like when you go to a Starbucks, etc., etc., the baristas, or like, yeah, they are usually attractive. It's because attractive people attract a lot of people. That's why they're attractive, right? So because they are physically attractive, people more open to them. People are like more open to like buy from them, etc., etc. So this is the next principle of persuasion from Robert Cialdini. He described liking as the friendly thief. We most prefer to say yes to the request of someone we know and we like. So he cited this. So I'm showing here right now a picture of a Tupperware. Okay. So in his book, he cited this story wherein this girl named Mary, she has a friend. This is back in the 1960s or 70s. She has a friend, and her friend will invite her to her house. Like, hey Mary, come by. I'm having dinner, etc., etc. Then Mary goes to that party. And then it turns out her friend, call her Anne. Anne has been asked by Tupperware to sell their product. Okay. So to become a Tupperware mom, meaning she will invite her friends over for dinner. They will like party, eat good food, but at the end of the day, she will engage her friends to like buy Tupperware from her. So of course, Mary, because she's friends with Anne, okay, she feels more inclined to like buy the Tupperware. So every time Anne actually has a party, etc., etc., Mary feels obliged to like buy Tupperware as well. So this is what we call the friendly thief or liking. Okay, so we tend to like people who are similar to us, complements us, or cooperate with us in achieving mutual goals. So Sheldani, what he did is that he cited 5 factors for for the factors that you should take note of when it comes to liking. One is the physical attractiveness. We like attractive things. That's why um, advertisers usually use models, actors, etc., etc. Because the rationale is that the more physically attractive the person, or the more you will be inclined into like buying things from them. Two is similarity. We like people who are similar to us. Okay, so for example, just like the example that I have mentioned earlier, Mary, because she likes her friend, etc., etc., and because they have similar interests, etc., etc., they are more inclined to buying from her because they have similarities. Third is compliments. We like people who compliment us. The reason why probably baristas, or like sometimes, they say nice things to you, oh, you're so pretty, or you're so handsome, etc., etc. Salespeople usually do this this trick. It's because we often feel good when people compliment us, and when people compliment us, we are more open to them. We are more open to be persuaded. So that is the third factor. And fourth, contact and cooperation. We like people who cooperate with us. We don't like people who do not follow rules. We do not like people tend to go against people who do not cooperate with them. So okay, so that's the fourth factor. You have to be cooperative or aligned to what this person is actually want, what this person actually wants. And the fifth one is conditioning and association. We like people who are associated with us. For example, the Democrats in America, they all they have this group, etc., etc. They push for the political candidate that they want to. The same with the Republicans, right? So they all come together and unify each other, etc., etc., and push for their political candidates. So we are more inclined into liking someone who have the same um, conditioning or have the same association with us. Okay. So some of the examples that we can cite here is Kylie Jenner and also Kim Kardashian. So these are just some of the most popular influencers in the world right now. So of course they're physically attractive, etc., etc. If you want to like, if you're a woman, if you want to look like Kim Kardashian, you want to have a body like hers, you probably should buy her milkshake or her protein shakes. If you have to have like a good hair like Kylie Jenner, the one that she's showing here in this photo, then you probably need to buy what she's offering right now. And of course, another good example is the like and share. Like for example, people, just the act of like liking this sort of like post will actually is a trigger to that person na, okay, I saw my friend like that post. Or okay, so you see in Facebook, right? Whenever you go to a certain page, you have this like your friend Anna likes this page as well. I feel like, oh, if Anna likes this, I'm similar with Anna. I'm also like this person. I'm also a digital marketer. I'm also 20 years old. I'm also a female. Then probably I should also like this page. So okay, so you can actually persuade people into liking your brand by using this product, these sort of like tactics. Another thing that you can do is one to provide aesthetically pleasing experience to your customers. Like for example, what you can do for your landing pages is just make them look clean, make them look attractive, make them look exciting, and make them less boring. So just the act of like beautifying your marketing collaterals is a good way to actually increase your conversion. Like for example, we have this good landing page from Overflow. So as you can see, it's very clean, just a few colors, but very impactful. Okay, and then we have here from Spotify, like Spotify design. So you can see that it's very straightforward. The landing page looks clean, etc. So you can actually use that for your for to increase your marketing conversion. Okay, what you can do? One, beautify your website, as I have mentioned. Two, behave like a friend. Okay, when you talk to your prospects, I highly encourage you to talk to them as if they're your friend. Put some humanity to your product. Put some person, make it more personal, because if your product behaves like a friend, if your product behaves like just someone who they can trust, they're most likely to like be welcome to you or to like buy your product. Okay, so change the tone of the way you write your copy, make it more friendlier. Probably you can add some personalization to your to your marketing collaterals as well. And third, build a good relationship with your customers. So how do you build a good relationship with your customers? By providing value to their lives. Like for example, you give them free webinar, etc., etc. You give them free ebooks, etc., etc. You always talk to them. You always engage with them on social media. In this way, they can see that you are actively engaging with them, and they can see that they can trust you. Okay. And the fourth one is associate with brands that have the same values as your target audience. Like for example, if I'm a beauty brand, right, I'm selling beauty products, I'll only tap into influencers that have the same value, or like signifies or symbolizes what my customers want to see or want to achieve by when they started using my product. So probably if I have money, I'll engage with Kylie Jenner or Kim Kardashian, etc., etc. So for Training Institute, we associate with like trainers, with subject matter experts, right? In order to give value or to add value to our marketing collateral. So that's how you use liking to your advantage, okay? Okay, the next principle is authority. Have you ever been persuaded to buy something because a figure of authority told you to buy it? Okay, so this I have this story wherein a friend told me a story on how okay, my friend has a friend. So we call this friend Jeremy. Okay. Jeremy has a wife. Her name is Sarah. And for some reason, whenever they cook a meal or a ham, Sarah always has has this habit of like cutting the ham in half, etc. So Jeremy asked Sarah, "Why do you always cut your ham in half?" And then Sarah's like, "Because my mom told me to cut this in half." I'm like, and Jeremy was like, "So you never ask your mom why?" And Sarah, of course, well, she's my mom. Why would I ask her why? So Sarah right here is actually a good example of how authority influences our decision. Like we don't question authority. She doesn't question her mom because her mom is she trusts her mom very much. Okay. And when your mother tells you to do like just cut it in half, etc., etc., then you won't question it. Of course, my mom has experience. Of course, it's my mom. Of course, I will trust her. Of course, I will have it in ham. In I will cut the ham in half. So after that, Jeremy started asking the mom like, why did you cut the ham whenever you cook it? And then the mom's like, because my mom told me to cut the ham as well. So it was the grandmother who was the root of it all. And Jeremy still doesn't have any idea why they cut the ham in half, right? So it turns out that the grandmother, the reason why they cut the ham is because her oven cannot carry the whole ham inside. So her oven back in the day can only accept or can only get in the half of the ham, which means that's the only reason why they cut the ham in half. It's because of that problem that the grandmother asked. And for some reason, because of authority, because etc., the whole family has passed down this tradition of cutting the ham in half until it reached to Sarah. So Sarah still does it, even though she has a very very big oven, right? So that's a good example of how authority influences our decision making. So authority follow the experts. People tend to follow authority figures. People tend to follow people who have titles, clothes, trappings. So in Cialdani's book, he cited this how psychologists or his colleagues will put their titles or like plaques outside their offices to tell people that, hey, I graduated from this school. Hey, I have this title. Hey, I have this, etc., etc. So of course, because they have these such titles, because they wear these clothes, they have these trappings, you are more inclined to like, you are more persuaded into like following them or to do whatever they want to do. Okay. A good example may be at the left. You all know Neil Patel. If you're not familiar with Neil Patel, he's like an SEO digital marketing expert. So on his website, you will always see his face because he always positions himself as a digital marketing expert. As you can see here, he will tell everyone that he is a New York Times best-selling author, that he is a Wall Street Journal top influencer, that Forbes says that he is one of the top 10 marketers. So very, very big brands saying a lot of things to him. Of course, this is very impactful because a lot of big brands like Wall Street Journal, credible brands, brands that have authority, are saying that this person is a credible digital marketer. Of course, you're inclined to like follow his blog, follow his tips because he has experience, because other brands are saying that he is this person, or he has this position. Another example that we did as well is our previous social media marketing pre-webinar series, that we put in the faces of our trainers to tell everyone that these are esteemed people, that they are subject matter experts. So, for example, we have Felix Oking, Joyce Chang, we have Rita Lee, she's the Chief Marketing Officer of 42 Metrics, and we have Malcolm Chan. So, this is very impactful because people can see that there's authority behind your brand, that there's authority behind what you're selling. So they are more persuaded into like accepting, or to like do whatever you want, or to whatever you're selling, because you have authority, right? So what you can do, one is to showcase subject matter expert, as I have mentioned here. Showcase me, if you have like, for example, you're a school, or like you're like selling a product, etc., etc., what you can do is like showcase the subject matter experts, how you came up with your product, etc. To use data to add authority. For example, you're a content marketing blog, so you blog about content marketing, right? What you can do is to show a snippet of your Google Analytics, and then show it to everyone that, oh, this month we have 100,000 site visitors, which means people are actually going to our blog, saying this, sharing, etc., etc. Or for example, you hit a 10,000 milestone on your Facebook, 10,000 followers, 10,000 likes. What you can do is to like create a post and show it to everyone at 10,000 likes. We just received, thank you so much for following us. And then people will see, oh, 10,000 people like this page. Oh, interesting. Why are they liking it? So that's data is also a kind of authority. Okay, and of course, be consistent in creating quality content that adds value to your service or to your products. Okay. Okay, I think we're on to the sixth principle, scarcity. So, have you ever been persuaded to buy something because you fear that you might lose the chance of buying it? I think you are all familiar with this call to action, scarcity. People are often scared of missing out. We have this fear of missing out. And a great marketing tool is, we have this thing called FOMO marketing, where we use fear of missing out to like engage people. Like, okay, limited edition Coke, etc., etc. You know those Blackpink Pepsi advertisements, right? Those limited edition bottles that you probably saw on 7-Eleven. Those are limited edition, and of course, it's because it's only available for a few days or for a few weeks. People will tend to like buy that product because it's only available for like a certain period of time. So people are afraid that they may miss out on something. So opportunities are more valuable when their availability is limited. We like things that are restricted or not available to us because we are more focused on the loss rather than the gain. So if they see that the supplies are quickly disappearing, or if they see that this product is only available for like 2 days, or they see that this product only has 10 available units, etc., etc., they're more keen on it, into like buying it. Okay, so for example, like the members only. Okay. So for example, you see this like exclusive clubs, invite only clubs. You're more inclined to like, oh, I also want to be part of this club. Can I be part of this club, etc.? So you're more keen into like to being a part of this members only club. And of course, the Supreme. The reason why Supreme is very expensive is because of it's because it's very limited. Like the products that they produce are very limited, limited edition shoes, limited edition shirts, etc., etc. And it's because it's limited, people actually not everyone can buy it. And if not everyone can buy it, of course the price will also surge, right? Because it's limited edition. So that's a good example. Another is the Clubhouse. Are you all familiar with this application? It's called Clubhouse, wherein it's not always available to everyone. Like you cannot actually create an account by just downloading the app store, etc. You can only be join Clubhouse by a link. For example, a friend invite you to join Clubhouse, or Clubhouse session. So you can only access this through link. Of course, as a user, you are more likely to, oh, when will I be able to attend these Clubhouse sessions, or when will I be able to sign up to Clubhouse? So because it's very limited, it's because it's only invite only, the higher chance of engaging more people is of course higher. And we also have Black Friday sales. For example, Black Friday is a great season to like to have discounts for your brand, etc., etc. So when you have Black Friday deals, right? People will go people go during this time, etc., to buy their product, because this is the only time that you can get sales or like discounts. And another great example is the Shopee 6.677 great Shopee sale, right? I think you have all been persuaded to buying a lot of things by both Lazada and Shopee using this trick wherein they will only provide discounts during double digit date and time. And of course, it's because it's limited. You buy most of your utilities during this period, during 6.6 or 7.7. So you're more likely to buying because it's only available for a certain period of time. Okay, so what you can do? What you can do is one, limited time offer promotions. Where, for example, your e-commerce business, what you can do is just, this 1 week, you have this sale, etc., etc. Or what you can also do is do invite only. Like for example, you're having a webinar and you want to amp up the exclusivity of your webinar, that you don't want to like have it open to everyone, etc. So what you can do, what if you track the emails who are usually more engaged to your services, right? What you can do is track those emails and then send them special offers. So, okay, you are our top fan, etc., etc. For this week, you have a discount because you have been so open to us, you have been engaging. So, that's also what you can do. And of course, the third is on demand. Okay? Okay, so now we have gathered the 6 principles of persuasion to make a marketing conversion. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to use the chat box, the Q&A, okay, to okay. So let's go to our case study. So another great example of what we can do right now is to try to look at BTS. So I think you all know this very huge marketing campaign with BTS. BTS is a K-pop group, right? So BTS had this collaboration with McDonald's wherein they will sell chicken nuggets, okay, with sweet chili, Cajun, etc., etc. So they have this limited campaign wherein you can buy chicken nuggets that are associated with BTS. And it's actually a very successful campaign. Like everyone is buying it, etc., etc. So we can look at how the 6 important principles was actually used during this campaign. So for example, reciprocation. The reciprocation is that if you buy this meal, you get exclusive like sweet chili or Cajun sauce. Okay. Okay, like for example, a sweet chili, you have this here, etc., etc. So you can have these free sauces when you buy. Okay, the second one is commitment and consistency. The second one, commitment and consistency, is more on with the fans of BTS. Like for example, fans of BTS, they're very passionate. Like they call themselves armies, and the term army itself is like very powerful. Like, oh, you're an army, etc. It's like NS men, etc. So they are very strong. They're like soldiers, etc., etc. And they are very committed to BTS. So that one is already commitment and consistency, because I told everyone that I'm an army, that I like BTS. Therefore, when they sell me a product, I must buy. So even though the product is just chicken nuggets and Coke. Okay, so you see how they did with that. So that's how they use the commitment and consistency. Third is the social proof. Even non-fans of BTS actually bought the chicken nugget. So I have here my colleague. So last week, I think she bought a Cajun sauce from McDonald's. She bought the BTS meal. And I was surprised because she's not really a fan of of BTS, but she still bought. So I asked her, "Oh, was it good? Haven't ate it yet." And then at around 9:07 p.m., she told me the Cajun sauce is nice. So why did she? So I asked her, "Why did you buy the BTS fan meal? I mean, you're not a fan of BTS." So the reason why is because she just saw it on Facebook. She told me, I just saw it on Facebook. Actually, I don't know BTS before. I just learned from them from when I saw them on Facebook. When I saw that people are started buying, when I saw that people started selling this packages for like $50, etc., etc. I only buy it because I saw that. So she learned about BTS because she saw the hype. So that's a good example of social proof because you saw everyone is buying the product. Therefore, probably I should also buy the product. Ah, okay, why are they queuing? It gets you curious, right? So that's a sample of social proof. Okay, fourth one is authority. Both BTS and McDonald's are brands are great brands. Like McDonald's been here for years. It's a great fast food chain. BTS, one of the most popular K-pop fans. So they came together to and it's already like an authority. Like just like my friend, she doesn't know BTS, but because McDonald's has such a good authority or such a good pull, she bought the meal even though she's not a fan of BTS. Okay, five is liking. Okay, so earlier I discussed with you, right, the physical attractiveness that we tend to like buy what other people are buying because of those certain things, right? And of course, BTS being a K-pop group, they're handsome, right? They're like, oh, that's the reason why they have a lot of fans because they like these boys. So therefore, because they like these boys, they are more intent or inclined to like buying this stuff. Okay, and six, of course, is scarcity. As we all know, this product is actually limited edition. I'm not sure when it will end, but let me know if it already ended, but it's limited edition. Even the sweets chili in Cajun are actually limited edition. So my friend right here, she said that she liked the Cajun sauce. So I talked to her recently, and she said that, oh, I wish they may make the Cajun sauce available like a regular product because it's such a good sauce, etc. So the scarcity in itself added the value, added the power of, added the influence to like gather the traction that this product is having. Okay. So another example that I have here is that recently subscribed to the email list of this brand. It's called Some Card. So they're an e-commerce brand, and they have a pretty interesting email drip marketing campaign going on. So they told me through EDM or through newsletter that they're going to have a product launch, and the product launch is that they're gonna have like a feature wherein you can upload courses or modules to their website. And of course, as someone who works for a private education institute, I'm very curious on how it works. So I read the email. So as you can see here, the EDM doesn't have much great design. It doesn't have like the usual what you call it design that you would expect from an EDM. But what makes this EDM great is when it's personal. It also uses the six principles of persuasion. So as you can see here in the box, the special limited time offer that will only be available to the first 1,000 people who grab. So as you can see, scarcity, that they will tell you that this is only limited time only and will only be available to the first 1,000 people. So you better hurry up and sign up to our services right now because you won't be able to get it okay soon because it's limited time offer only. And the second one is if your goal is to finally launch your own profitable course business, you're going to want to see this. Okay, based on what I told earlier, what is it is sentence is asking? It's asking for consistency. It's asking for commitment. If he's asking the user, if your goal is to make profit, then you have to ensure that you also have this service. So of course, if you're like more susceptible to these persuasion tactics, you'll be like, of course, I also want my goal is to make profit. Of course I want to see this. So you're gonna make a commitment when you start signing up, okay? And then another email that he sent to me is that again he put in the special offer today. And he said that my phone, email, and social media feeds have been blowing up. And then she said already, like a day later, that we already had 284 people sign up, and it's only been 5 hours. So again, the data, it adds authority to the value of the brand, and it's also a social proof. As you can see here, she put in the screenshot of the people who have signed up to his services. Like, oh my God, this is the sickest thing ever. What are you doing? So as you can see here, there's a social proof that he already gathered from the users. Okay. And of course, he used reciprocity. Like it's 100% free with your Sam card, meaning those who are already have Sam card account, they don't have to actually like do anything. It's already part of their account, this new feature. So it's like if you already have a Sam card account, you feel like, oh my God, thank you so much, Sam card. I don't have to do anything. It's already included. What are you talking about? I thought I need to like pay extra, right? But no, Sam card is like it's free, 100% free. And then he also added, people are still calling us crazy and stupid in a good way for giving access to this new feature. They believe that there has to be a catch behind it, but there is no catch. So this is a great persuasive email marketing campaign. It's very personal, tells you like in a very subtle way that that I'm giving you something free. So why are you not taking action of like signing up? It's free. It's all on you. You just have to like sign up. And of course, he added another authority in social proof here. Hundreds of people have already jumped on this in less than 24 hours, which means the 1,000 available spots are filling up fast. So that's another example right there. Okay, so here, so of course, he has the social proof, etc. And then what he also did is that they launched a Facebook Live, Scott and Jordan, which one of his colleagues in his company, where they answered a bunch of questions. So as you can see here, you actually people has the chance to like um show see authorities explain what is Samcart or what it is all about. Okay. Okay, and then we have here Hubspot. So Hubspot is a popular CRM function that most marketers are actually aware of. So as you can see here, instead of like sign up, instead of asking people to like sign up now or use our product like in a very hard sell way, they ask start free or get a demo, wherein it's either you start a free account and you can use it for free for like 14 days or get a demo, which in their salespeople will go in and present to you how to use HubSpot. So actually, you won't have any inhibition into signing up because he's only asking you to like start a free account or get a demo, which is you haven't done anything yet to like buy. And of course, you're more keen to give your information in email or your name because of course it's just a demo, it's just a free trial. Nothing, I'm not losing anything. So it's not very hard sell. It's like they're trying to persuade the person to like do this action instead of like engaging them to do a sale. Okay, and then the um we have here of course the testimonials that they have all these numbers that 150 plus users, 7 monthly visits, 350K certified professionals, 70,000 registered attendees. So if you own a website and you have these big numbers, impressive numbers, feel free to put it on your website. It's a great social proof that people are going to your site and people will be more engaged and feel like you are more trustworthy. Okay. And of course, they have these brands, their partners, etc., like Suzuki, SoundCloud, Trello, who actually use their products. Okay. So, okay, so we have this quick persuasion conversion checklist that you can actually use in your next marketing campaign. So ask yourself if you are doing the following one. Are you providing lead magnets to your consumers? Are you adding value to them? So this is for reciprocity. Are you the type who just use hard sell, like buy me now, buy me now, buy me now? Or maybe you can do another thing, or you can go away from the hard sell and start providing lead magnets to them. Second is commitment and consistency. Are you ensuring that your customers are committing to you? Are you asking them to commit by social media or by signing up to your services? Okay. So social proof. Does your marketing collateral have testimonials? Do you have testimonials? Do you show with your people that people already engage with my product? These are people like my product, right? And then the fourth one is authority. Are you showing authority and data to prove the value of your product? Do you have people or is subject matter experts telling everyone that your product is great? Do you have the data to prove that your product is actually worth the time? And then the next one is liking. Are your marketing materials aesthetically pleasing? Are they nice? Are they nice to look at? Does it align with your brand guideline? And of course, scarcity. Are you making them curious? Or are you ensuring that are you using those tactics like limited offers to engage with them? So this is just a few persuasion conversion checklists. At the end of the day, when it comes to marketing, people do not like to be sold or to like do hard sell. Okay, people like to be persuaded. Again, let's go back to the very first sentence that Robert Cialdini shared, that people want to hear what they have to do next. Okay, so when you do your marketing collaterals, you have to tell them what they should do next, and you have to provide them with these triggers. Using these six principles, you can use those triggers and make them do the action or convert them into something profitable. Okay? So any questions so far, feel free to put it on our chat box. Okay. Yeah, guys have any questions? Okay, Claudius have a question here. Which persuasion methods is most useful for retention of customers? Okay, so for me the for among the six principles, the most useful is the what you call it, the reciprocation. So, okay, so for example, you have a lot of like leads, right? Or because you are been very good with your content marketing, so a lot of people are like subscribing to your list. Of course, with the first principle, with that in line, you can actually have people, you sustain them because you are adding value to their life. And also, I think social proof is also impactful because again, people like following other people. People do not initiate new things, right? They just follow what other people are actually doing. So if you have those social proofs, it can be very impactful as well to your marketing campaigns. Okay, other questions so far? Okay. Okay. Okay, so please let me know your thoughts with this webinar. So please feel free to use the link down below. Okay, so I think my colleague will put in the link on the description box. So feel free to share your thoughts on this webinar. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, it's already there on the chat box. Okay, so please give us a like or please provide us with your violent reactions about this webinar. Okay, and then of course we have our upcoming course preview for professional diploma in digital marketing and campaign strategy. Okay, so we're going to have Malcolm Chen as our speaker for our next course preview. So if you want to learn more about professional diploma in digital marketing and campaign strategy, please feel free to sign up to our coming course preview. It's going to be next week. So see you guys there. Okay. And of course, if you're curious about professional diploma in digital marketing and campaign strategy, we also have our friendly consultants who are always ready to talk to you and to provide you information about our cars. So please schedule a call with us, okay? Our friendly consultants will want to chat with you, okay? And of course, if you guys want more content or more exclusive content about training vision, if you want to get free ebooks or free invites to our webinar, feel free to join our Telegram group. Okay, my colleague will also be putting it there as well. Okay. Alrighty, so let's keep in touch, everyone. Okay, thank you all for coming to this special webinar and see you again soon. Thank you all. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Claudius. Thank you. you all for coming. Thank you.